All right, so there are five five matchups coming up in the next about week or so. You've got Portland away at Marathon, Atlanta away at Alajuelense. I believe that is the Honduran side or maybe Costa Rican side. I know Saprissa is a Costa Rican side against Philadelphia. Toronto takes on Leon, and Columbus takes on Real Esteli, which I believe is Honduras. My knowledge of these teams is not very good, and it probably should be better. Basically, like I said, we're not going to dive into it, but just on matchups alone and team strength, who has the toughest first round matchup away game? Connor.
Oh, you started with me. I was gonna pull up the thing because okay. I don't really know the teams at all outside of Major League Soccer. So like, I recognize Leon, I recognize Saprissa. I mean, I don't know how. Actually, give me a minute. Give me a minute.
Sure. Okay, Adam, go ahead.
Who has the toughest draw would be Toronto. I mean, I think Philly would probably be the second one with Deportivo Saprissa, but we saw how LAFC looked last year in like our second episode when they played Leon.
Yeah.
So I think Toronto's probably got the hardest game. I think everyone else, now that I'm looking at the schedule, should be fine. Weirdly, I wouldn't be surprised if Portland not struggled but didn't do as well against Marathon.
Yeah. For me, I was in the same boat. It's either the Leon game, but I think Saprissa is going to be really. Saprissa away has always been a challenge for teams who go into this competition because they are they are the Costa Rican Giants, right? And they know how to play this tournament. They know how to. They just know how to compete in this competition. I think the other sneaky one here, Atlanta against Alajuelense, simply because we don't know how they're going to play. But if we're talking about how we don't know how they're going to play, Toronto against Leon, their first game with Chris Armas in charge. Chris Armas knows how to get through the first couple rounds, but it's that decisive game, right? So if I had to rank them, I'm going to go Toronto, Philly, Atlanta. And if I'm going to go easiest, Columbus is going to walk over Real Esteli.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Toronto also has the hardest. Kind of the same reason because Leon, because they are now under a new coach, so that could change a lot of things there. Even if most of the team is the same. Also, Leon's won 2 straight in the league, so a little bit of a run there for them. Yeah, I agree with you. Atlanta's definitely a sneaky, tough one. I would say Alajuelense
Yeah.
is actually unbeaten in the Costa Rican league right now, unless this table's wrong. But so they're obviously playing well in the league, above Saprissa, 12 points above Saprissa. So they're playing really well right now. Atlanta's, the tough thing for MLS teams is they're starting CONCACAF as their first games of the season, so they're not in mid-season form. So I think that I agree with you. I think that's a sneaky tough game for Atlanta.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think especially if Yosef's not 100% and they're trying to ease him back into things, you really don't have a solid second option there.
I think they're good enough at striker that they'd be all right without him. You can go Eric Lopez, Lisandro Lopez.
So that's what I'm interested to see is how they fit him in, because I have a feeling they're going to go half and half with them just to ease him back into it. And I'm very interested to see how they switch that mentality around a little bit. But that's just a little bit something I'm looking forward to. The Portland versus Marathon game, I don't know. I got nothing really to say there. They're bottom of the Group A in the Clausura in their league. They've got 1 win. I can't imagine them having difficulty, even if it's their first game of the season, right? I can't imagine too much being an issue there. Okay. So, how we feeling? Ready to get yelled at?
Always.
Yep.